Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Really excited about this video because there's a lot of businesses, professional services, service-based businesses that are struggling to actually scale their businesses with AI. I'm going to be drawing on my iPad here on how exactly we're helping service-based businesses scale with AI. These are the exact frameworks. I'm going to be breaking down some case studies that we've actually been going through. It's going to be a short one, but with that, there's going to be a two-part to this because I'm going to be showing you how to take that exact same process, how you scaled your service, to be able to scale it with a subscription or service to subscription, or turn yourself into a SaaS model to an extent. This is the future of AI. So again, it's going to be a two-part video. This one is going to be showing you how to scale your service, you're done for you, utilizing AI and the best practices and the use cases we've been going through. And then the second one is how to take that exact same process and scale it in some sort of subscription without having to do more work. Just imagine doing hundreds of clients, giving them the exact same process without having to do more work, bring in more headcount, and getting that burnout. So be sure, like and subscribe because these videos are going to be coming out relatively quickly. So on the trusty iPad here, there's a couple things that are extremely important. This is how we identify who's really good at what they're doing and who's not. The big thing with it is, do you have a case study? This is a big one. We always ask, working backwards. Do you have a case study? Case study. With this case study, you have the ability to figure out what are the strategies and frameworks that you were able to deliver these results for your client. We call these identifying your verticals. With that case study, you take it and you break down the process. How did I get my clients to these? And anytime we work with a new client, we get them to provide us the same thing because it gives us the ability to understand, one, are they actually an expert? Are they lying to us? Two, it's like, have they actually done this for a client yet with the processes because they know how to? Because then from there, we have the ability to turn those into agent workflows and training their system to be able to do this stuff properly. Then from there, what you actually do is you break down the strategies and frameworks. So again, this is essentially your vertical as we call it, but this is the IP to be able to do these case studies for your business itself. So verticals or frameworks and strategies. This is one of the most important pieces to your business because this is how you actually deliver the results. Without these, you don't have a business or a successful one in that case. There's a few more things that come into play to be able to make this scalable, but this is the starting point for every business when it comes to scaling AI. Once you have these frameworks and you have these understandings, what you essentially do, frameworks and strategies. Frameworks and strategies. This is where you're training your AI on these frameworks and strategies. This could be agents, tool callings, knowledge bases, the human in the loop. All of these things are extremely important. It's another video that I'm going to be doing and how to actually break these things down into training your system. But when AI understands your business, your frameworks, your strategies, and it has it all bottled up, this is when you get the true unlock to be able to scale your business, especially in the service space. Then from there, because we started with our case studies, we go over and we start breaking out agent 1, agent 2, agent 3, agent 4, so on and so forth. There could be one agent, it could be 4 agents, it could be 10 agents. It doesn't really matter at this point, but this is where understanding the process becomes extremely valuable because you have to break down each agent because they could be very specific. For us, we've done this a handful of times for a handful of customers. We helped a company who helps businesses and people create best-selling books. So what we did is we took their frameworks and strategies and we trained their system on how they teach people on how to write books. That's great. Then we broke down and built the agents in a workflow. So it was like when their customers came through, their AI understood the frameworks and strategies, and it just took them through each of the step, which gave them the final output. This is essentially which you do for your done for you clients. The big thing with this is it's just same process for, let's say, content creation, email marketing, investor relationships. It doesn't really matter what business that you're in these professional services. It's what are you the best at? What are my frameworks and strategies? And what are the processes that me and my team go through to be able to deliver these final outputs? This is what you're trying to accomplish. We've done this for email marketing companies. We've done this for content creation companies. We've done this for ourselves, and we've built our own platform called Cloud 37 to be able to help people do the exact same thing for their business. This is where it comes to the next thing. Now it's like we've got all these in here, but it's still very generic. It's still not working to our clients' information. So now this is in all of your business information. Now we need our clients' information. So the next thing, which is one of the hardest things, and I believe that is where most businesses fail when it comes to utilizing AI, is it's very generic tools that you're using because you're giving it your business information, but you're not also giving it your client information. And your ChatGPTs and your Claude projects and all this do not have the ability to mash both of these together to be able to scale them in a way where you're not losing context, you're not exposing what these strategies and frameworks are. There's a whole bunch of nuances that come into play when you have your client information as well. So this is where it becomes extremely powerful. You've got your client information. For an e-com business, it could be their products that they're essentially selling, what their tone is, what their style is. For people who are writing books, this is stuff like their style and tone, what type of outputs they want, all of this information. For people who are in like investor relationships that we've helped businesses do as well, which is really random. It's taking what their business is and putting it through the same system on how to raise money. Like it's all the same. Every business, every client has information that is extremely valuable to AI to be able to do the next thing. It's very, very important to understand what information you need at the frameworks and strategy phase from your clients to be able to do the work of the actual agents itself. You don't need to data dump. You just need the relevant information for the agents to do the work. And this is where you start getting really high quality and consistent outputs. Now, to collect this client information, you need some sort of onboarding process. And I've said this before, I've said this many times. The onboarding process is going to be the most valuable agent for your business, hands down. Most service-based businesses fail because of their onboarding experience. A salesperson will close them and then they will just collect their money. And then the fulfillment team doesn't have all the information that they need because there's nobody in between to truly collect it. Majority of our clients cancel with us because their onboarding experience wasn't that good because our fulfillment team wasn't able to do the work properly. So when you figure out your onboarding process, all you're doing is you're working backwards. So we started with the case study. This is really important. I now know that I'm an expert and I can deliver really good results to more of my clients. Great. Then you have to identify the frameworks and strategies to be able to deliver those case studies and breaking down the process to be able to do it. This is very important. This is your IP that's going to be scalable. Once you understand those, you build your AI system. Then you set up the agents, however it may be. These are your agent workflows to be able to create the final output, which is just a mirror of the actual case study itself or a piece of the case study. Then from there, once you have those, all you do is you just continue to collect more client information to be able to feed in the frameworks and strategies, which feed the agent processes, which then feed the outputs, which continues to deliver the case studies. And this is where you create your infinity loop. The last piece is, if you can, automating this onboarding process. If you can automate your onboarding process, this is where taking it to the next level in this next video is going to become extremely valuable. This is how simple it can be for your business to scale utilizing AI. It doesn't have to be complex. And once you have this mechanism here figured out for one service, let's say you're an agency and you do email marketing, you do content, you do websites, it's the same thing, copy and paste over and over and over and over. But looking at it in a very simple way. If AI wasn't around, how would I do this? How would I teach people on my team? Look at your case studies, break down the frameworks and strategies, understand the processes, and then keep pushing that final output. This is how AI truly works. It doesn't have to be that complicated because it really is not. So this is how we scaled our own agency into a platform called Cloud 37, as well as how we're helping clients do the exact same thing for their service-based businesses. Like I said, there's a part 2 video to this on how to scale your service business with AI, but service to subscription. This is very powerful for people who have communities, want to build communities, have newsletters, whether it's in school, if you've got a large following, taking high ticket done for you services and bottling it up and scaling it into subscription, where it's more of a front end offer, a low ticket offer, even a free offer that you can give people a taste so then you can upsell them into the next thing. It's going to be the future of 2026. So stay tuned for that video because it's going to be very powerful for you. And again, it doesn't have to be that difficult. Be sure to like to subscribe. Appreciate you watching. But as always, stay dialed.